friend or foe. If thou art foe, then vanish back to the vileness of the world wound from which I came. If thou art friend, then join me now as we return to my journey through Golarian in Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Let's step within this creek we have heard of, this little fishing village, and see what, if anything, is occurring here.
This way.
Jonah walks thoughtfully around a grove. He pauses in front of a few trees, lingering there for some time. He seems to be examining something carefully. At the sound of your footsteps, he turns around abruptly. But the anxious expression on his face quickly gives way to an amiable smile. Commander, it's so good to see you. Seems you found time to visit our quiet backwater after all. Could be mistaken, but it looked like you were frightened by my arrival. Oh no, you startled me, that's all. My overactive imagination. I still can't get used to living in such a small village. The town where I grew up was a good deal larger, and it was located near a trade route. So there were always lots of new faces and plenty of people bustling around. Here, though, it's different. The moment you step outside the village, you're all alone. You can walk for miles in any directions with only the birds and animals to accompany. This is, of course, the way Aristotle teaches us to live. Truth be told, it still makes me feel somewhat uncomfortable. Why were you looking at those trees? See for yourself, it points to one of the branches, and among the leaves, you notice a small doll made of grass and seaweed tied with blue ribbon. I keep finding them here in the grove. I think it's some kind of local ritual. I've asked the villagers to tell me what it means, but they won't give me an answer. Just don't understand the reason for all this secrecy. How do you like living in the village? I'm getting used to the way of things. I still get the occasional sidelong glance from the locals. But that's not surprising. After all, I'm just some stranger who decided to show up without an invitation and settle down in the village. Well, the church warned us about this. Such caution is to be expected at first. I just have to do my best to earn their trust. I heal, I purify the water, I give blessings. Sooner or later they will accept me as one of their own. It's so quiet here. What makes you forget what peace feels like? I understand. My time in Canabres gave me a small taste of war. I only had to live through it for a few days, but I know the horrors I witnessed will haunt my nightmares for years to come. Cannot imagine how hard it is for those like yourself, soldiers who have given their lives to the cause. The priest places a hand on his heart. You have chosen to fight there in order to protect our peaceful and quiet life here, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What do the locals think of Aristotle? They're indifferent. They're pragmatic people, you know, and they don't have time for theology. If old Deadeye helps them survive, that's good enough for them. You know, some priests get overzealous with sermons. They demand that people pray, observe all the rituals, and make sacrifices. And then those priests, all holy and pious, are surprised when locals kick them out of the village, right into the nearest ditch. The priest laughs. I was taught differently. First you have to prove your worth. You have to show them why you and your deity are useful. It's only after they've begun to trust you and start asking questions about your faith that you can really share their beliefs. Then you can tell them about old Deadeye and his teachings. Well then, will you show me around the village? Of course, let's go. You'll get to meet the locals, see how we live. Maybe you'll even manage to get some peace and quiet, a temporary respite from the hardships of war. Don't be offended if they start gawking at you in this remote village. People have never seen someone of your kind before. Your horns are a real novelty for them. But I've already told them about you and explained everything as best I could. Straw doll clad in... okay. So let's progress beyond.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Nothing there.
Forwards!
There's a beast. Hey, Hydra. Careful with those huge teeth, don't let them catch you. Aim for her throat and belly. Fewer scales there. Don't be afraid, everyone. We've fought bigger than this before.
They will break against our resolve.
That'll teach you to mess with us, a man with green eyes and broad shoulders of a swimmer. And the callous hands of a fisherman shakes fist at the beast's motionless carcass. Something's got 'em all worked up. That's the second time they've crawled out this month. So let him come, a woman, her eyes the same shade of green as a fisherman, smiles at you. Not the first time, it won't be the last, but what's it matter? They can't hurt us, and we can use their hide to make a lot of waterproof coats and cloaks. Malkil, Melissa, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This is Sir Yorkie, the commander of the crusade. He's the one I told you about. Ah, a real hero in our little backwater. So nice of you to drop by. We've never had anyone so important come to visit. Heroic acts are important, but sometimes it's good to leave the front lines and talk to ordinary people living ordinary lives. Anyway, welcome to Chilly Creek. Hydridge are usually far more dangerous. That beast was not at full strength. I can tell you have an eye for such things. Well, of course he does. He's the commander of the crusade. He probably could have told you that with his eyes shut. Melissa smiles at you. All thanks to our mother, I say Rill. She takes care of her children. She won't let anyone hurt them. TikTok, what are you doing? And where are you? When you hear a hellhound chewing, and you don't know what of yours he's chewing on, it gives you concern. She takes care of her children. She won't let anyone hurt them. She fills our nets with fish and drives away the monsters. That's right. And if she doesn't drive the beasts away, she'll weaken them so we can kill them and harvest their hides. I say, Rill, who's that? She's right here, Michael nods towards the river. Did you think this was a Selin? No, it'd take you half a day's rowing before you reach that river. It's big to be sure and very important. The Selin flows through at least a dozen countries. But where would the great Selin be if it weren't fed by thousands of little streams and creeks such as our dear Icy Rill? The people of Chilly Creek hold the river in great reverence. The priest's observation is a matter of fact, but you notice his voice sounding a bit strained. How can we not? Our whole lives are built around the river. From the wedding wreath we send down its stream to the funeral boat that floats away on the waters when the time comes. Our mother Icy Rill feeds us, gives us water, protects us. With a kind smile, Michael casts a sidelong glance at the frowning priest. The gods are far away, but our Icy Rill is right here. We treat her with respect. The two of you look very much alike. I assume you're related? Right you are. Michael ruffles Melissa's hair. She laughs and tweaks his nose. She's my little sister. Takes after our granny. May her memory never fade. She was always restless. Couldn't sit still. And Melissa is just the same. Always wound up. Or always up to something. And you two look like Grandpa. Sorry, you took after Grandpa. Made at River Silt. Be his featherbed. You're as brave as he was, and just as stubborn. You two looked very confident when you're giving orders to the other villagers during the fight. Are you in charge here? Well, how should I put this? Our village is too small for anyone to be in charge. We just happen to know a thing or two about using a weapon. So if some nasty creature comes crawling out of the river, we give the orders. When it comes to fishing, fixing nets, we'll be the ones following orders. We're not an army, and there are no officers here. We all live together, solve our problems together, and serve the Icy Rill together. Although, truth be told, it's only been the last few years that people have really started listening to us. Before that, villagers kept to themselves and no one wanted to go poking their nose into anyone else's business. When we first came up with the idea to start trading on the river, the other villagers stubbornly dug in their heels. But after money and goods began to flow into the village, they changed their mind. Yes, the village has been growing. We're getting to see all sorts of things we had only ever heard about before. The year before last we had a fair and people came all the way from Canabres to attend. Then a priest came and we'd never seen one of those before in these parts, and now, who would have thought it? The commander of the crusade has decided to pay us a visit. And not just a commander, but a kinsman of the lower plains. In another village, people might run away screaming as soon as they spot your horns. But we're not like that. Besides, the priest has explained to us that it's a great gift when a mortal child of fiendish blood overcomes their cursed legacy and fights against the monsters. What are those grass dolls hanging from the trees in the grove? A shadow passes over Michael's face and then he looks away. There's nothing much to tell really, an old local custom. It's a ritual, Melissa adds in a low voice. No one seems willing to share any further details with you. How is life in the village now that you've got a priest? Not much has changed, Michael shrugs and smiles amiably. He's a good lad, he does some healing, never bothers us with sermons. Why, he's even learning to fish in his spare time. He also knows a lot of songs. When he sings, it makes you want to sit and listen. Alyssa smiles archly at the priest and he blushes. The Whirlwind is not that far away. Have you ever been attacked by demons? No. We've never seen any. Our mother, Isidore, keeps us safe. She would never let such abominations get near us. Not quite convinced about that. I have to go. I'm not going to attack. Back to the front. Alyssa shakes her head sadly. I can't even imagine the nightmare creatures you have to fight there. Have a safe journey and a swift victory. Alright, well, let's keep exploring.
I hope you appreciate
We have some gloves. Apparently, we're allowed to take them. A couple of eyes. What else might be going on?
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Look, the commander's here. Welcome back. Please stay as long as you like. How are things going in the village? Not much happening in the village. I'm sure you have a lot going on and stuff is always happening in the cities and on the front lines, but things are pretty quiet here. Let's see, what's the latest news from my little village? Well, we went fishing and caught some ruff. They were big too. Nice and plump, fat as piglets, I'll tell you. It appears that I've dropped from one of the I've dropped from YouTube. Intriguing. What else? Weevils have eaten through our carrots. They gobble up everything down to the last stalk. Then the other day, old Breg went to fix his roof and took a hard fall. If it hadn't been for Jono and his prayers, he'd have kicked the bucket by now. No doubt about that. You must think it's ridiculous to call any of this news. Also, Jono is downright wonderful. I don't know, maybe his prayers are working, or maybe he just has a lucky touch. But whenever he blesses me, I always catch a boatload of fish. Also, he sings like an... Enough already, Michael frowns. Journal this, journal that. It's all I ever hear you talk about. You worship any deities here? Faith, religions, deities? With all due respect to Journo, no one out here has time for such things. Maybe people in the city can go around saying prayers and listening to sermons. But in a backwater place like this, we're just doing what we can to survive. There's only one provider and protector for us, our mother, Isidore. Michael nods towards the river. Yeah, the river doesn't care about the prayers or sacrifices, and if Isidore wants something in exchange for her help, she just takes it without asking. Melissa stares pensively at a piece of driftwood as it's carried away by the current. We asked about that. We've asked about that. You asked about that. You asked about that. And I have to go.
This way.
Something highly suspicious going on here, but I don't know what at the moment.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Does Jono have any more to say? We've asked about that. We've asked about all of that. Very well.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
Well, I suppose at least we're finding some basic sellable stuff.
I am helpful, am I not?
Certainly, and you should be, should you not?
What's in wait for me there, I wonder? I see blood. Blood!
A pair of direwolves.
This
Nothing
way,
major.
lads. Shred them!
Cover me, all right?
More direwolves. In fact, certainly, but not a difficult one. And a deceased deer.
Legs carry me.
With some sideways dancing deers. Rather... I've never seen deer act like that before. Well, well, well. Do you do square dancing as well? Line dancing? Perhaps a polka? A waltz? I wonder, what is your dancing repertoire extend to?
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Sealer, why don't you heal yourself just in case we should run into something difficult?
Trail me.
Yet another obstacle.
A plagued Smilodon.
House.
Let us see about going into this for that.
Go.
Whoops. Lan. A plague bear as well.
Survive me.
Ooh. Sealer.
The light take you!
Apparently not. Camellia.
I'll cut you wide open.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Well, the bear is deceased. That is something.
Go.
Endure this!
This will leave a bruise. I'll just
Well, I'll say so.
This pain is.
Ooh, she's down as well. Oh, there's another one.
Lies beyond.
Tactical retreat. It's
Dear Lord. I didn't realise there were so many. This could be a challenge.
Make every strike count.
Ember. And then that.
Go.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Where on earth am I? Why am I down? That's another lot.
You won't survive me.
Continue fighting, everyone.
Endure this!
Oh, come on, Lan. What is going on that I can't get up?
Make every strike count.
What is going on that I cannot stand?
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Got him. Well, that was something unfortunate. And that also was slightly unfortunate.
This war must end.
There's not much further I can go down here right now. I need to rest. After taking those injuries. Do you know why I have no stamina? Because as soon as we stop anywhere, instead of helping set up camp, you just drop like a rock. Nah, I drop like a rock because I've got no stamina. Ah. The vicious cycle.
I can do this.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Is there any way you're there? Let's just go have a word with them about those plagued smilodons, etc. Trouble sleeping, don't know what you're talking about. Nope, there's nothing there. So I guess they're not going to answer anything, in which case we can leave. Yeah, I guess you can consider that we've saved your village from a possible attack by plagued monstrosities. Now, might be time to look at these ruins. Yes, we'll talk to this merchant. Show me your wares. Just sell what we don't need. Let's look at those 2 bucks. Oh, and in the meantime, well, Jeff, do you have anything you can copy? No. Very well. And it is time to leave. Ah. Of course. The nameless ruins I must go to with Ninio. Take out Ember, put in Ninio. And we should be fine. All good. Acid arrow, I believe. And one more. We can take a blur. What about spell penetration? Greater spell penetration. Displacement. And fireball. And level 7. Woljif has haste. Well, let's just get slow. And maybe the spike trap. And level 8. What shall we do here? Ready to spell folks in the illusion school, I guess. Phantasmal killer. What is shadow conjuration? Doesn't sound all that useful, to be honest. Rainbow pattern. Try it. And mythic. Abundant casting, of course. Let me just check something here. It seems we're doing all right there. What about here? It seems we're doing fine there as well. I think. Yes. Yes, we are. Forgive me taking a moment there, but for some reason, the software that I use to stream is claiming that I'm no longer connected to YouTube. I most definitely am. Strange. Ah, yes. Ninio. 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 Color spray, yes, that's fine. Who can do enlarge person? Let's have Ninio doing enlarge person. Now, you may say, why add that to the ones who... why add that to the ones who use bows, etc.? Well, the thing is, enlarged person will apply a -1 on dexterity attack rolls. Definitely. Because you lose 2 points of dexterity. But what it will also do is upgrade their weapon to the next level above. So, I think that works. Let's see. Let's try some magic missiles, I suppose. Mirror image. Let's have 6 blurs. I could do 7 for the dog. I don't think I need it on the dog. Level 3. Level 3. Displacement. It's only 1 round per level. Couple of slows, at least. Say 3 fireballs. And 2 spike pits. And level 4. Certainly a phantasmal killer. Maybe a couple of those. I don't know how good they'll be. I suspect not very. Moving on up to the Nameless Ruins. And we will rest before we go in there. Actually, before we rest, let us move our troops. There's nothing for them to do right now. But let's move them close to the Leper's Smile. Right. Begin resting.
Scoot over. I want my scaly side facing the fire. My lizard side always gets colder than my warm-blooded side. Go figure.
Handle the corruption just fine. We should be ready.
Are we ready to move out?
I hope so, Ninio. We don't need the extra ones on now, do we? So let's bring these over here. growth. The one annoying thing about the giant growth, of course, is that it takes so long to cast. And we can have some mirror image. Moving on.
Might make you feel better.
Magic primary weapon on your bow. And on Sealer's sword. You don't have a bless for us.
My tail is restless.
Strength on Sealer. On Lan. Let's see. I guess on her. And where is the dog? There it is. Now I need that. Sealer needs it. The dog needs it. And I'll let you give yourself it. And we have greater magic weapon. Give it to me. I don't know if it works with the kineticist. Give it to her. And give it to you. You're not wearing a mage wearing armor. And Lan, I don't think you are. Camellia. A blessing, if you will. Ah. Then you can have that, I guess. And well, just and you can have that. Let's have some delay of poison.
Should work. Is it flawed?
No. Sealer,
Help where I can.
you can have that. And me, I'll take that and that. And that. Magma blade.
This way.
Let's save. Because that takes a long time to put all those on. I don't see the point in losing it.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
You're down. Nenio. Well, most of them succeed in saving. Unfortunately.
The spirits demand your blood.
Yorkie.
May I see your entrails, please?
You won't survive me.
You missed. Little doggo, you missed.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Hold you.
Time to share your treasures.
You are today's sacrifice.
Not if you miss, he's not, is he now?
No glory without risk.
Let the attack commence.
Well, that was useless. One.
Endure this.
I'm all right. I'm all
I don't know
right.
about that. You're taking hit after hit after hit, dear lady. And you're down.
You should have listened to reason.
Waljeff.
Cover me, all right?
Go for their heart!
It's another down. Missed.
Make every strike count.
Oh, missed with the dog. That was foolish.
Mind over muscle.
Waljeff, you should be able to do something useful here. And one Huntsmaster.
I'll cut you wide open!
Die, die, die!
We're not using a blade at all right now. That's not good. Plan.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Distract them for me.
That's him done.
Did you see that?
There we go.
Wherever my legs carry me.
So, Sela, about the healing you need. We actually could do with some more potions. Oh, we don't need potions. We got these. Some more potions. Maybe one of these. And a potion. Should be enough.
Forwards? No, backwards, backwards!
What lies in here? And through this little alleyway, we have what?
Can't hide from me.
Ah.
Might be trap. Might be treasure.
Oh.
I see blood. Blood!
The spirits demand your blood!
I wonder what lies beyond.
Sela, why don't you... No! Fool! Oh well. Get that turned on.
Time to share your treasures.
One.
You won't survive me.
Well, it's almost done, so you're almost right. Let's... 10, 20 damage.
You are today's sacrifice!
Well, that's dead.
Am I? So this is how it feels?
Yeah, you're down.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Cover me, all right?
Well, and there's some healing, if you will.
You're irrelevant.
So this is how it feels.
That didn't help any, did it now?
The light, take you.
endure this.
Nenio. You can't actually do anything there, can you? So let's just get you round. That's fine.
I wonder what lies. I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough.
Lay on hands on others. Oh, that's not going to be enough, is it? Not nearly enough. Waljeff, are you able to do traps? Perhaps not. Oh wait, this isn't Waljeff, this is Lan, fool. Ninio. Let us build another one.
Tactical retreat! It's all your fault.
Lan, you're being a pain. Well, you're all being a pain. You're dying. I don't need you to die. I know this might be a surprise to you, but that's not what I actually need from you.
Make every strike count.
You should have listened to reason.
Familiar. A little trap disarming. Good.
Am I not?
And then over here.
Did I mess up again?
Burn! Slice! Behead! Yes, behead.
One.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
There we are. And now,
Favorite aid.
Camellia,
Open your heart to
you
me.
can come over here. You can then go and disarm that.
I hope you appreciate this.
Yes, I do, but you're only doing what you're meant to after all. Let's not pretend otherwise.
I am helpful, am I not?
Yes. Headband of Vast Intelligence +2. Ninio. Oh, the pet's dead. Never mind. Cloak of Cleansing +2. That's fine. And this is Oppressor's Glove. Persuasion skill made to intimidate, not something I really use. In addition, whenever the wearer of these gloves confirms a critical hit, minus on saving throws against mind affecting conditions. Not something I really use. I'll sell them. I perhaps should be using them more. But I'm also a realist and realise I won't. Excuse my coughing. I appear to have an irritated throat again.
May I see your entrails, please?
worry about me.
Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
The things from the gold. Now, what's this loot? Oh, there's a circle there. Nothing else like that around, is there? No. And I would say it's time to leave.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
I found something.
Did we find trouble?
Gargoyles.
No, they did.
This pain is excruciating.
I'm done with you.
Just die already.
A little war against the gargoyles once more. It didn't beat me last time. They certainly weren't going to do this time.
I'll remove this obstacle. Mind over muscle.
Right, let's see what else we have.
Let's
A bear,
prove
a
our
couple of
logic is
bears.
lacking.
I can't die now. I'm
No,
not nearly
that's
rich enough.
not my plan for you, actually.
Let the attack commence.
You won't survive me.
One bear down.
Go for their hearts!
Oh, Nino, what are you doing?
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Stab you or zap you? I have one.
There we are. Little healing for you, well, Jeff. And onwards we go.
This way.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Must it? Nothing there. Anything around here anywhere? There's a circle inside.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Ah. And here's a thing with circles. Is there something else? Cool corpses, it's as if they laid down and died. Okay.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
One of the strangers. One of the stranger things. Several of them. I am the answer, but what is the question? An elven woman, the frayed robe, turns her head to you and stares at you through slits of a simple white mask. Then she holds out her hand and touches the ancient statue. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Hey, wait, where are you going? Spontaneous dematerialization is unscientific. Nino touches the statue and suddenly freezes. Following her example, you put your hand on the statue and the world around you ceases to exist. You are a lone grain of sand floating in the emptiness of the unknown. Your path has no beginning and no end. You are tiny and insignificant in comparison to the cosmos that surrounds you. But then something changes. The emptiness takes notice of you. It stares at you and measures you, assesses you. A question comes. It's as simple and as deep as emptiness itself. Who are you? Have some fun with him. I'm Queen Galfrey. The name you uttered, the false name, rings through the emptiness. Then the silence comes, bleak and oppressive. The emptiness knows the truth, but wants to hear it from you. I am... You won't say your name, but what is it? Just a set of sounds you use to associate with yourself? You are Sir Yorkie? Who decided this is who you are? Your parents? Yourself? Someone else? A name is just a label you take voluntarily. What happens if you tear this label off? What hides behind the name, Sir Yorkie? Behold the truth, open yourself to knowledge, reveal yourself.
I am Nenio. Nenio. You hear me? You voice from nowhere or whatever you are?
You hear the stifled cough nearby. Where Ninio used to be, you now see an unfamiliar kitsune, curled up tight on the ground.
What's going on here? Nenio, is that you?
Well, I'll be a fox.
You are a kitsune.
It appears your observation is correct. I am a kitsune.
The kitsune stares down at her hands, then runs her fingers over her pointed muzzle, lingering over her sharp teeth and ears.
If my hypothesis is correct, and the probability of that is close to 100%, I have always been a kitsune, but at some point I decided to forget that piece of knowledge. Following this line of reasoning, it would seem the fact of my membership of a certain race just doesn't seem relevant to me.
That would be really strange, but okay.
Also, there is a more important question. Why did my true identity reveal itself in this precise moment?
How could you forget you were a kitsune?
This question is irrelevant in the current situation. If you wish, you can ask me about it later. If you believe that I've been keeping my true identity a secret on purpose, you are mistaken. I have no interest in your causes, your battles, or your secrets, if you have any. All I need from you is your assistance with my experiments. And with this.
Ninio sweeps her hand in a wide circle, gesturing to the statues around you.
I have no words. Can I just stand here silently and look like I'm thinking something smart?
What was that? I found myself in emptiness and the voice asked me questions.
I suppose it was a trap that yanked our minds out of our plane and temporarily transferred us to another one. I wish I knew which plane. By the way, did you know that the most efficient way to disarm a corridor's worth of magical traps is with the help of a scientist who has been told that the formula for an elixir of the ancient races lies hidden at the end of said booby-trapped corridor?
I couldn't believe that. Whose voice do you think it was?
I haven't the slightest idea. But it is most definitely an extremely wise entity. Besides, the entity displayed no aggressive tendencies, which gives us hope that it can be reasoned with.
So what do you think about that?
The voice in the emptiness asked me, and judging by your reaction, you too, who I am. And merely stating my name failed to satisfy it. The trap then forced me to assume my true form, which I had completely forgotten about. I suppose this trap wasn't a trap per se. It rather was a closed portal leading to some hidden place that can easily unveil secrets and reveal the truth. The one who spoke to us seemed to solve me like a riddle, in an instant, just by looking at me. I would like to meet this entity. Can you imagine which secrets it can unravel? I want to speak to it, and you, my follower, must help me.
So, a stranger is capable of uncovering all your secrets with a single glance? I wouldn't wish to meet such a person. I wouldn't appreciate such a blatant invasion of my privacy.
I do hear you.
But how can you get there? If there is a door, there must be a way to open it. If there's a lock, there must be a key to it. There is an inscription here, right on the statue. I am the void and the emptiness. I am the starting point. I am infinite. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. I don't understand this at all. How thrilling!
Sounds like a riddle.
It does. It really does. I love riddles and puzzles.
How do we solve
Each
it?
of them is inscribed with a riddle, and each demands that something be placed at its feet. I guess we need some items that represent the answers to these riddles. But don't ask me where we should look for them.
Maybe we should ask one of the
I
geysers.
don't think they can help us. Looks like all they can do is mumble their mantra about questions and answers.
Why are you so sure the unknown entity behind the mysterious portal would even want to talk to us?
I'm not sure at all, but we must try. We simply must. Getting there and talking with this entity will be the greatest of my experiments. No exaggeration.
A portal that leads to an unknown could be dangerous.
The world wound is dangerous. Walking under a hanging icicle is dangerous. Even choking on a chunk of badly chewed food can lead to a fatal outcome,
True.
after all. Living is dangerous.
True.
But what is danger compared to knowledge?
Looks like there's nothing more we can do here now.
With deepest regret, I have to admit that you are right. It's highly unlikely that we'll be able to solve this riddle right here and now. We'll have to temporarily withdraw so we can return when we're armed and ready.
Alright. What's this? Ah, it's asking us for information or something. What's this? Where are we going? Get your butts down here. The sand looks utterly unremarkable apart from its... Okay, so that's just sand. Just telling us about the sand, which I'm pretty sure we don't need to know about. Though I could, of course, be wrong. What else? Let's see if we can solve this puzzle. I'm pretty sure that the outside and inside need lighting up. That. Oh! Okay. I was pressing random ones. I wasn't sure what would work, but I knew something must. Well, actually, a positive channeling, Lan, my friend. Headband plus 2d6 healing. I'd rather you have that than the charisma. You can have the charisma. Why not? Nice.
What's in wait for me there, I
It
wonder?
looks like
Now
this.
what
Oh
is
wait,
that?
there's something here. Not much of anything, but there was something there. Now here we have a lockbox
I hope you appreciate this.
and a box.
This way.
Endure this!
Nothing. Up here. There. Loot there. Just trash. Alright. It looks like it's time to leave. Solve the riddles of the nameless ruins. While the world burns, go to Heaven's Edge. Gotta tell the 6 pages. Secrets of Creation, go to the Heart of Mystery. Banner over the Citadel. Make it to Dresden. I have a horrible feeling that solving that Nameless Ruins thing might involve more things like the Conundrum Unsolved, which was positioning a puzzle together, which is not my idea of a fun time, honestly. But we'll look into it if we get a chance. Let's go sell what we don't need. Well, sir. Show me what you have. And bulk selling, get rid of that and that. That might be worth keeping. Cold iron, we're keeping that. What's this? Elemental license. Looks like pretty much everything else we wish to keep. Let's go rest at the tent. I wonder, could we perhaps take Social with us? Or Darren? Instead of Lan. Lan is a decent archer, there is that. Ghoul fever. We don't have a way of curing disease, do we? Unfortunately. Restoration, remove paralysis, reduce person, mage armor, shield of faith. Nope, we don't. I don't care for Nino being with us, we'll take Ember instead. But yes, I'm wondering if I should take Social. Lan kind of irritates me. Somebody on the road. Who? Who are we meeting here?
Wherever my legs carry me.
There's something there. Oh! A babao. Another babao. Ow.
The light take you!
Another babao.
I'll cut you wide open.
Right.
Die! Die! Die!
Lan.
Make every strike count.
Ember, step back. And hit them with that.
Go.
He's dead.
Into the fray!
The spirits demand your blood.
Distract them for me.
Well, that's one.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Too late for apologies.
Sealer.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Couldn't be too hard to finish this fool off.
Sacrifice.
There we are. There indeed we are.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
If anyone is watching by the YouTubes and is sending me messages, I seem to be getting errors from the software that I use, which is indicating that we're not connected to YouTube. Which, of course, is nonsense. But if it thinks that's the case, it may not be sending me your messages. What's this? Note written in neat handwriting. What is it? No. Come to my camp if you want to talk. I have much to share with you, a friend. Alright, well, there you go. And there's something down here. Ah, yes, the loot. More engraved bracelets. Completely useless, but saleable. Right. Well, my friends, I thank you for journeying with me and rise, newly united knights of the Shire. I'm afraid your friends, Sir Yorkie of the Shire, must depart for now. Life calls, or rather, that part of life which is referred to as a bed. I fear that I'm not long for this world this evening, and I shall see you upon my new journeys. Hopefully tomorrow, but perhaps some other day.